Hey y'all. Well, we are a week after Hurricane Helene, and you can see we still have flowers standing, but they're unusable. But you know what? We had so little damage here on our farm that I can't even believe that we suffered so little damage compared to what so many of our neighbors have experienced. Our barns are all still standing, and the tin is even intact. We had a leak on our one of the valleys of our new roof, but I think it was just due to the wind just lifting the shingle and allowing water to go under. I don't think it was anything to do with the workmanship or the materials, but when things die down and the roofing company has time to breathe, we'll have them come out and look and be certain there's nothing that needs to be fixed. Our season is over, partly because our flowers are ruined, but partly because the locations that sell our flowers, one is not even certain when they'll reopen this year. The other is open, but they're just, struggling to. The azuratum are still beautiful. Just struggling to, meet the immediate needs of the community. There's no supplies really coming in around here, and gas is very hard to get. This little area got hit hard. One of our neighbors lost 3 silos, and that was, silos full of corn and or silage. He also lost a barn, lost 500 bales of hay, and they're not certain yet how many head of cattle they lost. Another farmer lost 60 head of dairy cows, lost $300,000 worth of brand new milking equipment. And so, yeah, for them to recover, it's going to be devastating. A lot of people up in here have lost their homes. The main river here that runs through Haywood County, the Pigeon River, now has islands in it. Our poor little sunnies, you can see, they're down for the count. Bless. They'll still bloom and be beautiful here in the field. And the azurate, or the gomphrena, we will still cut all of this and take it and hang it upside down and dry it. But right now we're just trying to help those that are much less fortunate than we are. Chelsea and her friend have been out and about checking on friends and the parents of some of their friends that live away from here, but their parents are here, so they've been taking food to them, taking water to them, and just taking care of one another. Hugh is right now up at John, one of our neighbors is so good to help us. He's up there helping him to repair some water issues. And yeah, it was a much harsher storm than the one that we had in 2004. The one that we had in 2004, the water table was like 18 feet above floodplain, and it washed out Canton, did a lot of damage there. This time, y'all, it was 28 feet above floodplain. So you can imagine. Hugh and I went out yesterday looking for diesel. We didn't find any. We did find some this morning. He needed some for the tractors. The day before yesterday, we went out and found gasoline for then our generator, because we still weren't back online with electricity. But our electricity is back on. And so we had a chance to, we found little pockets of cell service, and we had a chance to get in touch with my family and friends, tell them we are fine. We talked to Aiden, and Aiden is, you know, he's such a little science geek, and he's also very, very into weather events. He ought to go into some kind of weather field. He has that much interest in it. But he was telling us what he had heard on different news sources that he had listened to, and the weather services that he keeps up with. And the thought is that the storm, when it hit the coast of Florida, that it hit as a Cat 5. The reason they think that is because the little drones they were sending down into the storm were measuring wind speeds of 190 miles per hour when it hit. And the coast got hit badly, but honestly, the inland areas got hit probably just as badly this time. I need to come out and just go ahead and pick our peppers because I think they're finished. They're laying on the ground, and we don't want the peppers that are laying on the ground to rot. So we'll go ahead and get those. These little straw flowers, they're fine. They're fine. Their little stalks are so hard, they'll continue blooming, and they are blooming beautifully. So we'll have those to dry. These marigolds are still beautiful, even if they are laying over all over the place. I may come and pick myself a vase of marigolds in a little while. And some of those beautiful dark purple gomphrena. Those are really pretty together. And the dark purple celosia. Those are really pretty. Chelsea came by yesterday when she was here. She's came by every day to check on us because she's staying with her friend right now. She and her friend are out checking on people and taking things to people that they need. But she's came over to check on us every day. And I've told her, I said, you know what? We're fine. You know we're fine. Pops and I, we're resilient, and we didn't have any damage here. A flooded basement. Hugh had to clean it out about 3 times. But the damage that we experienced is nothing. It was nothing. But the damage that some of the folks around here have experienced, oh my, y'all. This one's going to take weeks, maybe months, and even years to recover from. We still don't know. We have no cell service. Our television, our satellite, everything is out. So just a little bit of information we've gotten from Aiden when we've been out and have been able to get in touch with him. We've talked to Aaron. He and Corey are fine. Their house did get hit by some trees, and I was not able to ascertain what the damage was before we lost cell service again. But just hearing his voice, knowing that they're fine, was all I needed. And Aiden and Kayla are both fine. The area that they live in did not get hit nearly as badly as we got it up here. So, Bayla, come on. You need to stay with me. Bye-bye. He doesn't hear any better than Papa. Bela, come. Right now. Good boy. Hugh asked me this morning. He takes Bela for a walk every morning and usually in the evening. But because he left earlier to go help John, he asked me to give Bela a little walk out. You can see on his back, he gets hot spots really easily. And he has a beautiful, long, luxuriant, curly coat. Oh, do your thing. That I've been keeping he's got dust all over the back, or all kinds of pollen all over his back. But I've been keeping him sheared to make it easier to take care of his little hot spots. Right now they're clear. He's good. But I may let it grow during the winter, just to give him a little bit of warmth. But I'm gonna shear him earlier this spring and stay ahead of these hot spots, hopefully. Because by the time I see them, they're already getting pretty bad. But anyway, across the road, y'all know that we had put up those little white tents on everything. Well, that did not work. They blew away. They blew everywhere. So I went over the day after the storm and pulled them off where they were still laying down on the little plants. And I was pleasantly surprised to find out that the little plants had survived for the most part. There's a few in there that are broken, but I think probably at least 70–80% of them are fine. So when it's dry enough to get back in that field, Chelsea and I will pull those white cloths back out, lay them on top of the grass, let them dry, and go again. This time we will actually just put dirt all along one side of them, so just totally bury one side of them, and the other side of them we will put those clips, because the clips really were tight. It's just they were not able to withstand 70-mile-an-hour wind. So if we have them closed completely in on one side with dirt at the bottom, and the other side we clip to the little wires with those little clips. Come on, bud. I think they'll hold. I think they'll hold. We rarely get any wind gusts that hard, maybe 30 miles an hour at the worst during the height of winter when we have a winter storm. But they just couldn't withstand the 70 mile. And it's a good thing nobody was over there when they were flying around, because I see them all over the place. So it must have been kind of like a little shotgun with those little things flying everywhere. But anyway, I've gotten a lot done this week. I've got a lot done inside my house. Hugh and I have not really been able to work in the basement so much because of, it being flooded, and now we've got fans set up down there, just kind of drying it out. Got all my buckets ready to wash and take to the basement. But anyway, the chickens all survived. All my birds survived well. As a matter of fact, I am getting ready to go. You can see I've got my trash cans down there full of wood chips, and my empty roll-arounds, my shovel. In my pocket I've got my gloves and my masks. I'm getting ready to get some diatomaceous earth. And the birdhouses are all getting cleaned out today. They all need to be cleaned out. And then I can start on this winter's deep litter. And what that is, I don't clean the birdhouses out during the winter. I let they make a mess in there, obviously. But instead of shoveling it out, I just put 3 or 4 inches of fresh wood chips over top of it every couple of weeks. And so it tamps down on the smell. It doesn't cause a lot of smell to build up, but it does release heat. So that helps just the tiniest little fraction of giving them some heat inside those enclosures. And you guys be quiet. I know they hate it when Bailey gets to come out and they do not. It is kind of sad. He's spoiled a little bit. But the others would all have to be on leashes. He's the only one that, well, Nala wouldn't. I do take her out occasionally and walk her down the flower field. But the other 3, I don't trust so much. And I don't want to have to go chasing doggies. But, y'all, as soon as I get somewhere where I can download this, I will release it. Possibly at some point this evening or tomorrow. We may make a trip out so that I can go ahead and put this on YouTube. But I know that there's some of you out there that are worried about us. Just know that we're fine. Keep our little neighbors and in your thoughts and prayers. It's bad. It's bad. It's going to be a long recovery. But the good thing is that politics are on the back burner right now, and people are just taking care of one another. And that's kind of peaceful, even in this storm we're dealing with. I love y'all. Those of you that live in a hurricane-torn area, my heart goes out to you. Those of you that are struggling with the fires out west, my heart goes out to you as well. And let's just help one another. Let's just help one another. I love y'all. Bye-bye.